Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn bottom right side as the red Hasua with McCleves. Spawn top left side as the blue French. We have Napoleon B9955. Of course, the French players named Napoleon Jean de la Harpe, so it's not Napoleon. And over here we do have Bonga Bonga. When it comes to natives on the map, got a Sufi Moss, can give you access to Quills Balosh, which are heavy cavalry, lancer, with a range attack as well. So they're, believe they are the rare range heavy cav type, if I remember correctly. Where the other things is improved build limits, which is not super important, unless the Dutch, who can't build out as many villagers. Fattened goats, which is probably not that useful. 500 gold or 500 resources for a bunch of. It says fattened goats. I wonder if it's fully fattened, but of course it's better later on. And more of a double-edged sword, making villagers gather faster, but have 40% less hit points. And in which that is 400 resources. We see any deck? Nope, neither side's gone for a deck. So the French player now has enough experience for a shipment. And he has now selected a deck named Land. We got couriers, wood coin, crossbows, range infantry hit points, hussars, wilderness warfare, frontier defenses, rural fencing school, coin, team Sengales for riflemen, skirmishers, cuirassiers, cavalry combat, dragoons, falconets, heavy cannon, culverins, factory, and factory. For the Hasua player, we do have Morocco, so I'm guessing he's going for something involving Morocco. We got villagers, Hasua Kingdom, Pukalala Code. Don't know how to pronounce any sort of name in this game. Wood coin, Fulani archers, raiders, cavalry damage, and cavalry hit points. Alsamina, spice trade, Gasinia, Jukuwana, wood influence, Fulani archers, Livid knights, more Livid knights, Emir of Kano, loyal warriors, Sahelian kingdoms, Magazuwa, infinite villagers times 10, Livid knights, and Dodo cult. The French is eyeing to age up with the quartermaster. The Hasua player can now age up. We may be going for the Moroccans. He is going for the Moroccans. So let's see if there's anything special in age 2 involving the Moroccans. I really need to take time and look at all the Ethiopian and Hasua age ups, because I really don't know much about the African kingdoms. Blue may kill off some kitty cats here to steal their kiwi fruit. And down here we do have another scout trying to shank a villager. The scout does do, what, 75% less damage versus villagers. So it's roughly doing 1 damage per stab against a villager. Does get the town center garrison with 1 villager to get 9 damage attack to ward away this scout. Right, now can take him time to kill off these kitty cats, and he will steal her. Oh, there it is. Pull Quicksilver. Frenchman has now aged up, going for more couriers. Killing off this kitty cat here. And now his kiwi has been attained. Blue Scout, just being knowing, the Blue Scout does have 5 damage per attack, while the Explorer right now has 6 damage per attack. Both have 10% range resist. We got the Mosque Wagon now being flown in the field. That may be from the Moroccans. We do now the Hasua Kingdom now being pulled on out. Does give a bit of experience trickle. There's University Builder, which can start generating some influence. Which he's getting a collection of books, and which the books will grant him knowledge of how to ship and coin. The Frenchman signed the ship in some wood. First place we don't see a shipment of coin here. There's plenty of food to age up with, so maybe I aim for some aggression. We got a round of musketeers being blown out. No potential church improvements. University's provided 1.5 influence per second. So it looks like the Hasua is eyeing for our fast fortress. It's faster than his opponent, which is going for a round of musketeers. More musketeers on the build queue. And Red will take time to kill off these kitty cats to steal their wood oak they let this nap on. We also got placard mines and a very fine coat being researched. We do now have the Akin being deployed on out, which will give them some native musketeers, a bit of AoE effect. A good number of musketeers are now here. And now I do have the Gasinas, which will get more of the Akin and the Kobolds. Those are the musketeers I'm referring to from here, from the Akin. We also got the tribal societies being researched. This will give him access to Akin and Konobo to be a build unit without needing using influence. We'll also give him 5. And also, yep, enables population, food, coin, sets, and remove the build limit, so they just become a standard unit. University taking a bit of damage there, which also apparently has an attack, a siege attack. Got a round of Fulani archers with a light infantry unit, good against the musketeers. University may go down, has taken quite a bit of fire. There's the Fulani archers. They do have good anti-heavy multiplier. There's these musketeers. They are now 19 damage with 1 AoE versus 23 damage and no AoE. That little bit AoE can make quite a bit of difference. It's hard to estimate sometimes, however. Got a round of crossbows being deployed on in as well. Going for around another Anakonobos. University is alive. May want to use repair ability. He does get a round of Anakonobos there. And they are set to elite as well, so they got automatic age up. So now they have the same damage with a bit of AoE, and their health is simply superior. Their base health is actually higher than regular musketeers as well. They both have melee resist. So right now these musketeers have a great timing push for a counterattack. Takes time to kill off the lion. Kills off the kitty cat to steal his plum. And I do got a shipment of Liffin Knights, which are heavy cav. More Anakonobos being pulled on out. You could eye for the Sufi Mosque now. An army of 20 versus army of 29, but the red army is just simply far superior and has a handful. Both sides have a handful of counter units, but crossbow not really much of a counter unit. They have only plus 25% damage as opposed to these guys have plus 75% damage. Base attack is 9, but has twice the attack speed versus 16. So the Fulani archers have not only longer range, but higher DPS as well. Fulani archers, of course, are just a bit more expensive, costing 105 as opposed to just 80. Another round of crossbows there. Crossbows, of course, are light infantry. As I said, they are technically a counter, but they're not really a hard counter, more of a soft counter, thanks to their low bonus damage. The AoE effect of these Akins should be much better. But he is going to fight against a very large army here. With around Hussars, that can be... These are heavy infantry, so this won't be super great, honestly. We have around 11 Knights, or basically Hussars, with with dual armor types. Militia not being brought on in as well. Crossbowmen's almost shipped on in. The French has a sizable army right here. And Noble's got a good volley there. More Lithuanian knights being pulled on out. Lithuanian knights and Hussars starting to engage each other. Got a good number of crossbows over here, so that's probably a good place to send in the cavalry. Getting some good AoE damage over here. As the militia start disintegrating, the AoE effect will be very easy to pick them off. With a nice start engage the flank, but it looks like he's starting to fall back. Spawn just simply has a very large force on the field. Going for a shipment of Hussars now. More Atkins being pulled on out. He does have a shipment available. Sahelian kingdoms improve native warrior damage in these units while they're no longer native style, they still have the native classification, so the Sahelian kingdom will improve these Akin musketeers. So maybe good idea to go for this shipment. And the Magadi are also a unit spawn. I think they're counter skirmers, if I remember correctly. Maybe a good idea to go for them either as well. He's going for a shipment of Fulani archers, is probably not bad either. University has not been repaired. There's the Fulani archers. They got split up a little bit. Army of 35 versus army of 25. The French has not aged up just yet and very far from aging up. Hussars push forward and gain the Akins. The knights engaging the Hussars help quickly deal with them so the Akins can keep their muskets firing. This area is actually pretty bunched up so the Akins can get some decent AoE damage. More Hussars being brought in. All the Lithuanian knights are now down. The Emir is like cavalry, so he can get some bonus damage on the heavy cap. Nothing too significant though. The Emir does go down. And Red's army is starting to disintegrate, but so does Blue. Blue's not going for the ranged infantry hit points. Blue's player going for nothing, has no more food right now. Has 15 idle villagers on the field. It looks like a good number are inside the town center, which is a bit of a problem. Yeah, some of these cows are not very well. Some of the cows are a bit fattened. Oh, Red said he spilled some water. That ain't good. He could try single out one of these cows that have a bit more food, just this one here, and eat it. Now Coker get his food up and going. He's going for coin. So maybe I round of mercenaries? I don't see any desert towers. Right now the palace being pulled on field, which also improve the influence of the nearby university. The university is actually providing experience, not influence. It's always been. Oh yeah, he just can set it to experience rather than influence. So he's eyeing for experience rather than influence at the moment. The castle will improve his experience gain. Going for a round of javelin riders. We got some gear outs here to toot their horns. The villagers go down, the castle does not go up. And there's a round javelin riders to engage the Hussars, very good. They receive a decent amount of bonus damage from any crossbows if there's any of them left. There's one. Emir has been redeployed. Hussars been cleaned up by the javelin riders. Javelin riders are basically a counter cavalry. Red has held. He got some elite levy experience, but he's invested some of his influence on the levies, which are not great. And they are probably a bit too expensive for what they actually are do, honestly. 150 health, 65 influence, nothing. Yeah, that's just too much for. They probably should have a cost reduction, actually. Probably down to 50, I would say. Got a good number of musketeers once again pushing my forward. He's going for more Akins. They are statistically better against these musketeers. Problem is, he needs a lot more resources to build them out. He's getting a good amount of influence stored on up, so maybe he can get something from the palace. Some of the levy spearmen are going down first, which is good. The Akins gain some decent AoE damage. Another round of Akins. The Arts tooting their horns. Or one deer love. Going for the Sahelian teams to improve their health and damage of the natives by 50% of the Akin. Another round of Akin being pulled out. And he's going for a round of Highlanders, which are very heavy musketeers from Scotland. We also got another some Royal Musketeers on the field. The French player still age 2, going for some frontier defenses. The French has 37 villagers for his opponent's 32. He does have a decent amount of livestock trade. Now it's probably good time to swap house for some gold. He has maxed out wood here as well. That may be a good idea as well. And kind of clean the berries. As I was pushing forward, there's the Highlanders. And of course, a very heavy musketeer. Takes out some of the housing. He does have some spare housing space. Good damage there. Musketeers slowly being whittled down. Highlanders are basically times 2 musketeers. Actually, a little bit higher than times 2 musketeers. But they basically cost times 2 musketeers. Good damage there. Has 3 of the Highlanders still remaining. Got a round of Hussars here. Keep or castle firing away. I got these Hussars push forward. They will receive some melee attacks from the Highlander, who does have excellent melee damage. And the Hussars do go down. Red has stabilized. More musketeers being brought on in. Going for another round of Irish Brigadiers, which are musketeers of promotion capability, mercenaries, and of course more the Yakins. Salian Kingdoms also improve mercenary hit points and damage as well, so this is a great way to supplement his force, investing his influence on these mercenaries. That card is very, very good for its current composition. Got a decent amount of units here, including some Fulani archers for counters. Another pair of Irish Brigadiers. This villager will be stabbed to death. Granary over here, not currently being utilized. Got quite a bit of food and gold. He needs to go around for another Akinico nobles. He knows his opponent's pulling more and more musketeers. He needs to get more of these units. He also is going for a Girot. And it looks like some of the musketeers even splashed down the trees. Explorer draws a full volley there. Akinico nobles will do some great damage against those units who are pretty stacked up. Blue's trying to fall back. Another round of Hussars. Massive AoE there. Some Fulani archers getting hit. He needs to make sure those are microed back. Keep is firing away. He does have another Gear here, which also is a healer, so in between conflicts, he can go ahead and get his units healed up. It'll take a bit of time. It'll help him keep those mercenaries alive. He does have 2 Irish Brigadiers and 2 Highlanders. Irish Brigadiers appear to be not promoted just yet, or no kills for themselves. And his player does have another shipment available. Maybe this would be useful. Delivers 1 goat carrying additional 70 food. So you got some sort of research. Also gives him goats as well. Oh, he's going for the trading post here. Maybe I for some quiz Balash. Going for the palace and Mina, which also gives him influence, as well as another keep or palace. University providing 2.25 gold per second. The university has been repaired. Got an outpost employed by Blue, probably for a proxy shipment location. Multiple outposts going on up. Blue is still just age 2. Regular Fulani archers have not gotten elite Fulani archers just yet. Has some influence to work with. May want to go for around maybe some more of the Irish Brigadiers. We also have a secondary town center here in which there's a proxy outpost here. Red's going to try to intercept it. Blue's going to try to intercept the interception. Another castle here, which means or palace. And now it's a good idea to get university next to get more influence going. Blue's army is going to have a bit of trouble. There's quite a bit of counter units here. And Blue's army does get cleaned up there. Round Hussars reinforced trying to torch down this outpost. Akins have basically standard torch damage. Fulani archers need to not be in the front line to be hit by those Hussars. Some of the Irish Brigadiers are starting to get veterancy. More Irish Brigadiers in the field, going for elite ranged warriors. More musketeers here. Outpost does go down. Only 1 gear option remaining for healing. Or going for more Akin. Has a decent amount of resources. Maybe good idea to go for another gear or 2 just to get the healing going. Don't doubt healing. Got additional town center here being put out next to the gold deposit. Right now, Hasua's at 41 village, opponent's at 45, who is starting to age up with the Exile Prince. He needs to get out skirmishers next age. Lower warriors not being shipped on in. Delivers native warriors, mercenaries, and outlaws are 50% cheaper, including a shipment of them. Which sounds like it also affects the Akin. One musketeer does go down there. Red's armor is starting to fall on back. Mercenaries will also be 50% cheaper as well, which could be very useful. Yet the Akin are now cheaper. They now cost less than 100 if my math is incorrect. 98. And the Highland does cost less as well, so his mercenaries are cheaper. He also has 2 musketeer heavy infantry mercenaries. It's not super great. In my opinion, the Highlanders are better. Got a pair of falconets there. That's going to cause some problems for a red. Going for another round of Irish Brigadiers. They are pretty cheap. Going for a round of elite javelin riders, probably to engage those cannon. Skirmishers now being pulled on out as well. You may find an opportunity to engage the falconets. Gets another hit there, but looks like the falconets are overkilling. Takes up both falconets, which is important. Now Blue's army will get overran. Red has a sizable force in the field. Outpost getting a bit of chip damage on in. Most musketeers are starting going down. Over here, do you have more Akins being pulled on out? And now we've got the outpost, other outposts being torched down. Skirmishers taking some free shots on in. Outpost should be torched down, no problem. He does have army 41 with a decent number of mercenaries. This one does have army 29 with a decent number of skirmishers. We have another university over here providing a good amount of influence as well. It's being next to a trade post, university, and a town center. Villager does go down there, going for another round of musketeers. Hopefully it's veteran musketeers. Yes, he does. More villagers. Going for more Lithid Knights heavy cav. Another ship is available. You could go for some Kuzbalash, which I believe are heavy range cavalry, which could be decent against the skirmishers as well as the musketeers. We now have the Hasua player going for a round of falconets, which you have to pay full price and influence. Dragoons and some skirmishers being shipped on in. And now I do have the spice trade. Lithid Knight does take a bit of damage there. Another castle here, as well as a university, war camp. It is also being improved by the nearby trading post of that university as well. No town center though. Dragoons get a volley there on the Lithid Knight. Falconets rolls a miss there on the Dragoons. Got quite a bit of AoE for Red's forces with the Akin and with the Falconets. Falconets get a good volley there. Lithid Knight's now trying to engage the skirmishers. Blue's army is quite significant right now, 63 versus 59. The falconets are very important. Dragons do go down there. The flying archers gain some damage. Outpost taking some fire. Outpost does go down, got a third falconet now on the field, a fourth one's on the way, and he has almost enough resources to age up as well. The round dragoons there, trying to hit the falconets. Goes in the melee, gets some good damage there, does not take out any of them. You now have the Elite Hand Cavalry Research on the way. We also got Fasting, which I believe... Nope. Yeah, that is the one for additional villager queue. Nope, that is the double-edged sword research. It's the one improved villagers is Sharia law. He's going for a round of Kuzbalash. Got a good number of exposed villagers there getting gunned down. Let's get the town center. Hasua does have less villagers than his opponent at the moment. Markin being pulled on out. Let's click on the Quiz Balash as they come out. They're native here I don't really see all too often. Ooh, more villagers here. Red may lose a good number of villagers. There's Quiz Balash. Quiz Balash are, yep, heavy cav, ranged cav, heavy ranged cav, yep. Their hand attack does do times 2 damage versus all infantry. They are a lancer type. Cavs also have a range attack that does decent damage. Not as much as their melee attack, but decent enough. Good unit to go along with your force, since you can't be counted out by skirmishers with it being a heavy cav. Blues bring back his skirmishers right there. His French villagers are still picking up some berries. A good amount of Blues infrastructure is going down. No H4 for the Hasua. The Emir does go down. Dragon's getting some volleys there onto the falconets. These musketeers could be next. They were next. Being annihilated there. Liffin Knights knocking everything's just starting to push way forward. So good number of skirmishers getting hit by the Liffin Knights. And Blue casts in GG. He's getting annihilated by the falconets, unable to deal with them. So skirmishers and everything's getting annihilated by all the AoE effects. It's a great saying. Thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.